This evening on ENN Tonight.
Millions rely on SNAP benefits, why new changes could leave some families struggling.
A specialized school for students with dyslexia is coming to Elon's campus.
And Elon's president answers student questions about the Elon Queens merger and Roberts Academy.
The tears in the room today just echoed to me how needed this is.
Those stories and more.
ENN Tonight starts now. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for ENN Tonight. I'm Alice Morrissey.
And I'm Charlotte Pfabe. Let's dive into this week's top stories.
The government shutdown is one step closer to ending. Here in the virtual studio to tell us more about the shutdown is ENN's reporter Trista Panagakos.
Thanks, Alice. The government had been shut down for 41 days, but last evening, the Senate voted on legislation to end the shutdown, with 8 Democrats crossing party lines to join Republicans. The shutdown is not completely over. The vote last evening was a procedural process to get to an official vote, which may be held sometime today or this week. Once the bill is passed by the Senate, lawmakers in the House still have to vote on the bill. Once the House passes the bill, President Trump will have to sign it, and the government will officially be reopened. The shutdown began after Republican and Democrat lawmakers could not come to an agreement on government funding. Democrats want to extend existing Affordable Care Act tax credits that were set to expire at the end of this year. Without these credits, they argue, insurance costs for Americans on Obamacare would increase exponentially. According to KFF, a health policy nonprofit, if Congress extends these subsidies, consumers would save over $1,000 in premium payments in 2026. The deal senators struck did not include extending the tax credits and would only fund the government until the end of January. But Democrats did get a promise of a Senate floor vote on legislation to extend the tax credits in December. Also, as part of the deal, government workers fired at the start of the shutdown will be rehired.
Thanks, Trista. The Trump administration is heading back to the Supreme Court for another attempt to halt full federal funding for food stamps. This comes after an appeals court rejected the Trump administration's effort to block full Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, payments. SNAP is a federal program that provides monthly food benefits to individuals who are considered low income. According to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, more than 600,000 households, which is 1.4 million people, use SNAP benefits in the state. This is about 13% of the state's population. Local food banks like Safe Aliments are trying to fill the gap. Safe Aliments has 2 food banks where people in need can select food on a point system. Dave DeBlaycourt works with Safe's food pantry called The Bridge. He says the recent restrictions on benefits have increased the number of people coming to The Bridge for food.
When the budgets around food are more constrained, it forces places like Safe to focus back on that primary need and really limits the ability for us to be able to serve in other ways.
DeBlaycourt says donations are always appreciated, but monetary donations go a long way. He says the best way to donate is on Safe Aliments' website, safealiments.org.
Municipal elections across Alamance County took place on November 4th. More than 40 candidates were running for 27 positions. The town of Elon re-elected Mayor Emily Sharp as she ran unopposed. Elon Town Council has a new member in first-time candidate Steve Exum. He was elected alongside incumbent Randy Orwig. Out of the 3 town council candidates, he was the one who received the most votes with 39.81% of the vote. Burlington elected its first female mayor, Beth Kennett, and former Burlington Mayor Ian Baltutis and former Burlington Police Chief Jeffrey Smythe secured the 2 open seats on Burlington City Council. Newcomer Chelsea Dickey won the Graham mayoral race against incumbent Jennifer Talley, securing over 56% of the vote. Incumbent Bobby Chin and first-time candidate Jim Young were elected to Graham's City Council. For the rest of the results of all 15 races, go check out our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And I'm now joined live with Burlington's first female mayor-elect, Beth Kennett. Beth, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to run for Burlington mayor?
Yes, so 2 years ago I ran made the decision to do that because the incumbent was running unopposed, and I believe people need a choice. So that was why I chose to run 2 years ago. Did very well. The incumbent won the seat by 172 votes, and that left me wondering, do I do this again? So early this year, really just sat down and reflected on, do I want to do this? Is there someone else who is going to step up to run? And decided that because I love the city, I love the people in the city, and I believe that the city deserves somebody who will listen to them and work to create a healthier sense of community. So I decided to do it again, and here we are.
Yeah, and during election night, you said that it took years of hard work to get to where we are now. And you weren't the first, actually, woman to run for Burlington mayor. Can you tell me a little bit about that history?
No, I was not the first woman to run. In 1995, so that's what, 30 some years ago, yeah. 30 years ago, Caroline Mosbacher was on the ballot in November as a candidate for mayor. She did not win the seat, and she continued to be engaged and involved in the community as well. Since then, there have been other women who have run, but who may not have made it to the November ballot. Mm-hmm. So yes, lots of hard work. The most women we've ever had on city council were 2, and so we're back at that level again, where there are 2 women.
Yeah, and what does that mean to you?
Well, you know, I think about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who said there will be enough women justices when there are none. And that's kind of how I feel about women in leadership, that women should have the same opportunities in leadership as men. Yeah. I am a clergy person. I have, this has been my profession for many years, and now I see that there are probably as many women in clergy leadership and ministry leadership as there are men. And as I'm saying that, I'm also thinking, but not in senior positions. So we still are fighting that battle, if we want to use that language. We're still climbing for equality, and so we also experience that in politics as well. That it is not equal. I believe women have to work really hard in order to achieve at the same level as men.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Back to you, Alice, at the desk.
Well, thank you, Charlotte. Elon University President Connie Book announced that Roberts Academy at Elon will open fall 2026, becoming North Carolina's first private school on university campus dedicated to children with dyslexia. The academy, funded by Hal and Marjorie Roberts, will start in the Trollinger House for the 3rd and 4th graders before expanding into a 30,000 square foot building in 2028. Currently, the Trollinger House is used for an International House Living Learn community. The academy will use the Orton-Gillingham approach, which is a structured approach that breaks reading and spelling down into smaller skills involving letters and sounds. Hal Roberts says his grandchildren who have dyslexia learned at a school that used a similar method.
So much from that experience, and they were there like 2 or 3 years, and it ignited their enthusiasm, their abilities, and our inspiration.
Book says that Elon is not paying for any of the Academy's expenses. After Book made the announcement, both her and Vice President for Student Life John Dooley answered general questions from Elon students. ENN's Fiona McAllister has more on the highlights from the fireside chat.
In a Razu coffee shop, both Book and Dooley were asked many questions about current actions on campus, like the new Roberts Academy.
This is going to mostly impact special ed students, but others who may want to learn this Orton-Gillingham method will be able to access the trainings that are being offered in the center.
On top of the Roberts Academy, Book and Dooley were questioned about the Elon-Queens merger and what student life will look like 5 years from now.
On a day-to-day basis, you may not, during your time at Elon, feel much of a difference because Elon has merged with Queens. Because I think that your experience here will will in many ways probably feel much the same.
SGA President Anya Bradich says that she's glad Book and Dooley were here to answer their pressing questions.
And I feel like students really get a lot out of this event. The ones that attend always come out with so much more knowledge than they came in with.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
Book and Dooley also answered questions about the recent phishing scams. Dooley said that the best way to prevent getting scammed is to be skeptical and double-check emails with technology department. Up next, how one community event is giving residents a fresh start, one outfit at a time.
Mackenzie Cruz here. I'll have your Phoenix 5-day forecast after the break.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
Our Mackenzie Cruz is in the virtual studio with this week's weather. Mackenzie, is this cold going to continue?
Thanks, Alice. After tonight and tomorrow, temperatures are expected to warm up for us here in Elon. Now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. A freeze watch is in effect from 8 p.m. tonight to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for most of central North Carolina. Temperatures are expected to range from 22 to 30 degrees, so make sure you bundle up tonight. Tomorrow's more of the same we saw today. A high of 49 is expected with some sunny skies and a low of 33 tonight. Wednesday will be sunny with a high of 62 and some wind. Thursday will have a high of 63 and mostly sunny skies and a low of 32. And finally, Friday and Saturday will have more sun and high in the mid-60s. That's all for now. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Looking forward to the week warming up a little bit.
May Memorial Library was filled with racks of free professional clothes as a part of a community closet event. ENN's Megan Walsh was there to check it out.
Element's library staff and community vendors came together on Saturday to provide Burlington residents with free, new or gently used professional clothes at the Community Closet. Librarian and coordinator of Community Closet, Christina Rohn, says the event is part of the larger Career Compass program, which offers residents workshops on different skills for entering the job market.
Our mission really stems from helping our community be prepared as they prepare to endeavor in any kind of transition, be it a career transition or transitioning from being in college option going off into their first job.
For the first time, Roan says she was able to include community partners in this event, including Elon sophomore Brooke Gustafson and her research project Fitting Futures. Fitting Futures provided shoppers of the closet with basic alterations such as hemming or sleeve shortening.
It's one thing to have professional attire, but it's a whole other thing for it to fit you and for it to be specifically made for you. It brings a different level of confidence, and that's what we're hoping to achieve.
Roan says this event is meant to provide community members with resources they may not receive elsewhere.
This is a way that we are able to fill that gap by having something like this that's free and open to the public so they can come and be able to get those resources.
Roan says the library will continue to hold the community closet each November and May. Megan Walsh, ENN Tonight.
May Memorial Library will begin accepting donations for its spring community closet in April.
Every year, Alamance County residents gather downtown in Graham on the Saturday before Veterans Day to honor those who have served. The Alamance County Veterans Day Parade brought the community together in a show of pride and gratitude. The parade included dozens of groups, including Girl Scout troops, local high school bands, and first responders. At the event, Alkovitz, an organization that provides assistance and support for Alamance community veterans, also raised money for their Veteran Retreat Center that is being built in Chestnut Ridge. James Fletcher, who served in the military for 23 years, is a board member for the organization and says seeing the residents smile and enjoy the event makes his decades of service worth it.
I'd like to come out and see the smiling faces and the people in the community participating in something that we can all get behind, which is our veterans.
After the parade, local vendors sold food, clothes, and trinkets while a band of veterans performed for the participants to enjoy the festivities.
Sorry for technical difficulties. Up next, students got to see some four-legged friends keep the campus green. And Elon's women's basketball hits the road for a tough matchup against UNC.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Kudos, Carl. You've always had a need for speed. Racing anything with wheels, speed reading novels in record time, yelling out 3, 2, 1 at every traffic light. But this time, you've taken your power obsession to the next level. By purchasing this electric vehicle, you've given yourself instant torque that blows your old launch times away, which will keep you saying, "Woo-wee," every time you punch the pedal. Good for your adrenaline, great for the planet. That's the power of EV.
Elon's solar panel farm saw some fuzzy faces this weekend, all for one sustainable day. I visited the farm to learn more about Graze the Grid. It's green energy with a side of wool.
I just got here and I just booked it to the sheep.
A new landscaping team worked on Elon's solar panel farm. Not your typical farming duo, but together they're trimming grass and generating energy. These sheep are doing double duty. An environmental studies senior seminar class planned Graze the Grid. The event's goal? To teach visitors about combining agriculture and solar energy.
You don't have to mow the grass if they're sheep, and this is literally exactly what they're supposed to do. So they just graze and they basically do all the work that sets the stage for planting underneath the solar beds.
Ava Litzinger is one of the students who planned Graze the Grid. She says it's rewarding to see people supporting sustainable practices.
This is something that my group cares so much about in the environmental studies department, and sometimes I feel like it can take kind of a back burner for the rest of the university, so to see that people showed up is awesome.
While sustainability shined at Loy Farm, the real stars were 2 sheep, named Snowflake and Penelope. The sheep live at Little Cedar Farm, just 15 minutes away from Elon. Cheryl and Tom Corey run the farm. Cheryl says there are solar panels on their property, so the sheep are used to it.
To get people to know that sheep are nice, and that you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Charlotte Pfabe, ENN Tonight. Oh, look at those sheep. At the moment, the town of Elon does not allow for agricultural areas and other property designations to mix, according to Cheryl, but she and the senior seminar students hope this will change in the future.
Elon's women's basketball started their season off with a tough fight against UNC Tar Heels. Our Monica Gervicius caught the action from the sidelines at the game.
It was a night of highs and heartbreaks for Elon women's basketball as they opened their season against the UNC Tar Heels. Last year's CAA Rookie and Player of the Year guard Jada Angel came in hot with jump stops and drives to the basket for the Phoenix. Down 4 points during the second quarter, she suffered a right knee injury that took her out for the rest of the game. Elon coach Charlotte Smith notes how emotion from the injury might have gotten to the team, allowing the ball to be turned over too many times for the Tar Heels to score.
I mean, that's our CAA all-conference selection that went down, and just dealing with the emotional toll of that.
New roster add Ashanti Fox replaced Angel in the second quarter, scoring back-to-back three-pointers for the Phoenix. The Tar Heels' India Navar was able to boost her team's score by 13 points and 6 steals from the Phoenix.
These are the types of games that we play for preparation for conference play. And we learned a lot about ourselves tonight that will definitely help us get better down the road.
The Phoenix fell to the Tar Heels 37-71. Monica Gervicius, ENN Tonight.
The Phoenix played against Presbyterian College for Education Day this morning, winning 93-48. They play at Rhodes Stadium this Saturday against Howard University.
The Elon men's basketball team is seeing new talent on its roster this season. 10 new players joined the team and brought their talent out to Schar Center on Wednesday against Belmont Abbey Bruins. 8 transfers and 2 freshman athletes joined the Phoenix. Transfers forward Chandler Cottrell and guard Randall Pettis II made sweeps during their Phoenix debut. One of the new forwards, transfer Kasper Klawczek, defended against the Bruins with quick passes and blocks during the game.
New faces this year. We really just have been spending time through this off season trying to build that camaraderie and making sure that we had cohesion. And I think you saw a lot of that kind of play out on the floor tonight.
The Phoenix won the game against Belmont Abbey 99-51, along with beating UNC Greensboro 92-90 last Saturday. You can see the new roster in action on this Wednesday when they play against Marshall University here at home.
And in other sports news, the Elon women's soccer team won the 2025 CAA championship, defeating Stony Brook in the final match. The game concluded in a 1-1 tie after regulation time, with Elon securing the championship in penalty kicks. The men's soccer team is also heading to the CAA championship game to play against Stony Brook again after winning 6-4 against Campbell.
And coming up after the break, students, songs, and sunshine. How Subfest turned Young Commons into a campus celebration.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth. Without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now, we've got something to say.
Save it. It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Elon Student Union Board dove deep into their second Subfest ever. 5 student music groups and free food, student-run booths took over Young Commons. This event took months of planning, and the weather was just perfect for the outdoor concerts and activities. Even WSOE, Elon's radio station, had a table where students could paint shirts and old records. Sub's Special Project Chair, Caroline Reich, said that this event was made for students by students. Reich started Subfest last year and is glad that as a senior, she gets to watch her second and last Subfest all plan out.
When we were setting up earlier today, I turned to Josh, I was like, man, I can't believe this is it. Because I was abroad in the spring, and I basically came back to Sub in order to help out with this again, which I'm so grateful for because I love it. But it's just kind of crazy, Josh and I have been on Sub together since freshman year. So it's exciting to kind of wrap up on such a high note with such a great event that we're so proud of.
Reich came up with the submarine logo for Subfest because of Student Union Board's acronym, SUB.
Mackenzie Cruz is back in the virtual studio to tell us about wildfire risk in North Carolina. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Charlotte. North Carolina is still recovering from the aftermath of Hurricane Helene just over a year later. When Helene pushed through western North Carolina, it uprooted trees in around 822,000 acres of land, according to the 2024 forest damage appraisal by the North Carolina Forest Service. Not only is this debris a reminder of the damage it caused, but wildfires are fueled by large amounts of dried out wood, and they will spread quickly and further. As we head deeper into fall, wildfire risk is much higher due to dry leaves falling and collecting on the ground, and fallen trees still block some roads and access routes. This prevents performing controlled burns of debris.
Thanks, Mackenzie.
Yeah, thanks, Mackenzie. Well, that's all the news we have for you this evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for stories, sports, and more.
And make sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great night, Elon.